Good morning, guys. It's been a while. Good morning, Joe. Morning, Pablo. Good morning, guys. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, just PM me. We want to keep the general chat clean. That's me talking to the Discord app. So if you haven't been or haven't tried it out, you should check out Discord app. I'll put the description. I'll put it in the description under derbytrading.com. This is my friend's Discord. Jeremy Newby. He runs the thing. Has a bunch of good traders, like-minded people. But right now, if you can't notice, I just kind of woke up and I can't find anything right now. But it's okay. It's been a while, so I don't mind things being a little bit slower. Did notice that Zeebs pointed out a really nice one. Where is it? He pointed out LVS. Oh no, actually it was Green Smile. LVS here did a nice dive down to 48, 47. This would be what I would call an 80s play because it breaks through a solid 48 and it goes down into the 80s. In this case, it went down to 70s and then it popped back up. You can tell the ramp and volume here. It looks a little scary, right? Because it just comes out of nowhere, so you really don't know. But you know, a 1 minute trigger, and it really puts you in a safe place. This is a 1 minute trigger, by the way. So at a 1 minute trigger, it just pops up from 48.09 all the way up to a ridiculous 50 cents. So it could have put you in the clear real fast. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Jupix from the UK. Good morning, Jamie. Ogston. Yeah, it's been a while. Doing good. If you haven't seen in the community tab, I had a pretty bad week 2 weeks ago. I get these headaches. They're pretty bad. I had a headache every day, somewhat like a migraine. But I'm good now. Went to the doctor. Had what I get, these migraine injections all over my head. They're actually Botox, but it doesn't really make me look younger. Good morning, Volatile. Good morning, Kevin. Thanks for the support, man. Yeah, I haven't really posted much. I need to. What do I think of Wafu? Oh, I did see that. Man, these small caps and penny stocks are just popping really hard lately, aren't they? And unfortunately, if you have TradeNet, which seems to be, really didn't like seeing the news about them not accepting any more U.S. citizens. But yeah, TradeNet doesn't let you trade all these really volatile stocks, which is what we want, right? As a day trader, or at least for my strategy, these penny and small caps are doing exactly what we want, and it's frustrating because you can't trade it with TradeNet. So, but you know, paper trade it, and you can see nice results. Vacation? Oh, yeah, I lied. Some people I told I went on vacation, but in actuality, I was having a bad week. I just didn't want any of y'all to worry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, thanks. So, I was looking at this one. If you notice on my scanner, I changed it up a little bit. When I was having these headaches, and when I was telling you guys that I was prepping for a tournament, I was going on a diet and all, so I was changing up my approach. It's still the same strategy, except this time I'm not really I'm looking for stocks that move really fast, and I was going to, you know, how I say, put all my eggs in one basket. But the thing is, my basket's made out of steel. It's not going to fall apart on me because I'm looking for perfect trades basically, and things that go really fast. So usually they're news catalyzed, and then if they go the way I want to, I can get in and out hopefully within 5 minutes, and going a little bit heavier, you could be done with. Well, I feel like I can be done with my day in one or two trades. Those are the ideal trades to me lately, and it's been doing really well. So something like, if I were able to trade it, this one would have been ideal. Something like this right here. This one halted. So on my scanner, I digress, I added a halt scanner. So I know anything that's going really volatile that halts on me, then I'm going to look at it, because it happens every time. It overextends. People get over really greedy. It halts, first red candle, and then try to enter before it halts again, and then next time around it's going to fall. It's going to fall on its butt, and it works really well. If it doesn't halt, it's still the same shape, right? You could tell that this is what we want, something that just pops straight up. So it's a the difference in my approach is that generally I would try to spread out my stress, just try to find good trades all day. But now I'm just trying to find the best trade and go heavier. Hey Pedro. Yeah, everything's better now. Thanks. Yeah, I just felt like you know, I would generally feel like I've been wanting to come on, but I haven't seen anything, and because of my new approach, it's hard to get on just for one trade that I see right, literally a few minutes after I wake up. I just come on and I see the right trade and I get on, and it's like it's too late. But yeah, I'll post a compilation of what I'm talking about when it comes to these halted stocks, so you can get a feel of what I'm talking of how I'm doing it now. Hey Paulius. VM Tesla news regarding major quality. Is it going down because of that? Yeah. Tesla to me is difficult to trade because, regardless of negative news, it's still Elon Musk, Jamie says TradeNet is no longer taking U.S. residents, so your affiliate link won't work for us. Yeah, it won't work. Sorry, guys. It only works for anybody outside the U.S. now. That does sound sketchy, doesn't it? I do have I recorded my conversation with my account manager regarding that, and he really doesn't have anything to say about it except that that's just how it is. So if it is regarded as an SEC thing, it is kind of still strange that I still have my account. So as long as you still have TradeNet, you don't blow up your account, you still have it. So I really don't know how that's. I think they just don't want to deal with the trouble anymore, more or less. I don't think they're in trouble, but they do realize that they're on a fine line when it comes to the U.S. So they just don't want to deal with it anymore. Paulius asks, I use TradeID as a scanner for counter. Any alternative? Oh, okay, so guys, check this out. A while back, I did mention that Nelson Lopez, I believe. Here's the scanner that I inputted that he gave me, and it's just not working the way I want it to. So if I scan it right now, I have no matches. It's just really. Sometimes I may have 2 if I press the scan button, and then it's still not the right stock that I want to see. So I gotta do some more research on my own. But I'm really grateful for his effort, because he really, just by him showing me how to write script and all, helped me out a lot. But I do notice that prior to having my TradeID scanner, one of the things that I used to use, that a lot of platforms use like Lightspeed, is a high-low ticker. But the high-low ticker just tells me something that's continually moving on up or moving down. So in that case, that's the best alternative. So if you have a platform that has a high-low ticker, then I would use that. I don't think TradeNet has a high-low ticker. So in regards to that, I would just use the scanner on Thinkorswim and create a high-low ticker, which I know that can be done. So I'll definitely look into that in the near future. Hey Kurt, Ravdi was just was it Ravdi that mentioned it? Well, TradeNet's not accepting any more U.S. citizens anymore. So, my affiliate link may not work. Well, actually, I'm certain it won't work if you live in the U.S. Let me try to find the email they sent me. So this is how discreet they are, or how generalized they are. So this is one of the affiliate managers. They just tell me to look at the bottom disclaimer at tradenet.com marked with 2 asterisks. So if I click on that, so I'm looking for 2 asterisks down, probably in the fine print somewhere. Yeah, down here. Where is it? I don't see it anymore. Close this. If I look it up, double asterisk. You know what? It's not there anymore. It used to be down here. I do know that after talking to him, you are able to buy a demo account. But that means you're not going to be able to make any money off TradeNet. You can buy the demo account, you can buy their study courses, It's not there anymore. They took it down, but I'm fairly certain it still applies. That they're not taking in U.S. citizens. Interesting. It used to be down here in the fine print, unless I'm overlooking it, but I don't see a double asterisk. So, if you still have your TradeNet account, it's still there. It's just you won't be able to try again. Yeah, Daniel, that's how they get around that CFD issue, because CFDs aren't allowed to be traded in the U.S. So what you're really doing in TradeNet is just buying a mirror, an education package where they own your account and you are using their account, and so it is kind of like a loophole. It's kind of cool, actually. Genius. Yeah. This is one of two of them. He's eating a donut. But as long as TradeNet pays me, um, now ever since they're not accepting U.S. citizens, I've had a couple of friends that blew up their account, and so they're asking me what other option is there, and I think there's still the the former Sure Trader that is now F1 Trading, but if they're already cracking down on TradeNet, I don't know if F1 Trading is going to survive either, but we'll see. And they wanted me to review it, but honestly, after, I'm not going to. Trade Zero, is Trade Zero able to be used in the U.S.? Pravdi? Oh, it's a CMEG. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, that people are asking me about what I think about it, and quite honestly, I don't want to continually open a bunch of different accounts. Um, if for some reason they take away my TradeNet takes away my account on, then maybe I'll venture elsewhere. But quite honestly, the best bet is just to go. If you did okay in TradeNet and you think you're ready, then you just, yeah, you really can't get around that PDT rule and just get yourself a Lightspeed account. Yeah, PDT restricted. So then I think people like I'm pretty sure if you're watching me, you probably also watched someone named Humble Trader. She's really popular. Um, she'll tell you about how you can get around it, and that's why she has so many different accounts. That way you don't have to put 25,000 in. You're able to just get yourself a whole bunch of accounts so you can do 3 trades per account. That's just ridiculous to me, though. It's just that sounds like it's a lot of trouble. But you can get a whole bunch of accounts just so you can do 3 trades every week on each account. Like this right here, this Thinkorswim, right on the very top, because I funded it $50 just so I can get Benzinga and the charting and all this stuff. I really don't. I've never traded with Thinkorswim, and just by looking at the level 2, I know it's going to be slow. Right here, it says DT left 3. I have 3 day trades left because That's just generally how many day trades you have every week. Yeah. Yeah, she's fun. Um, I don't know exactly if she's a good trader. I mean, she really never, honestly, she does weekly recaps, and, well, there's a difference between teaching and trading, and you can still teach if you can't trade. And talking about trading, and I notice how YouTube has always been negative biased, right? So it's easy to find all the negativity in the world. And there's this guy named CoffeeZilla, and he's always like attacking all these fake gurus. So I like watching him because, quite honestly, I don't know the difference between a fake guru and someone who's who's actually good at what they do. Because I think it's a mix of both. But anyways, he was talking about how day trading doesn't work. You should look that up. And he comes up with all these statistics that are kind of scary. He says only 1% succeed in day trading, and of that 1%, they make minimum wage or something like that. I just can't understand that factor. I can say this though, we all know that day traders do fail in general, and I think the majority of day traders fail because of the mindset. Too many people are stuck on YouTube thinking they're going to get, filthy rich once they start day trading. And if any of you guys have been in it for the long haul, that's not true. Even the people that can flaunt that they made hundreds of thousands the first year, they could lose hundreds of thousands the second year. And just because you've been trading for 3 years doesn't mean you're a successful trader. The market can take you out in one day. It's just, I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that. So, it really depends on the type of person. I always felt like the best trader is, quite frankly, the one you force to trade. You tell them you have to be a day trader, because if they're not interested, if you're not interested, most likely you don't have the mindset of, I need to make money. I need to make money now. And those are the ones that are actually going to do better, because their mindset isn't on, let's get rich, let's make lots of money. Their mindset is on, I don't want to fail, and I really don't want to be in this game. And those are the ones that are probably going to do better. And I'm saying this from personal experience, how my father taught me when I was in high school. I didn't want to learn. He just forced me to learn, That's just Asian life, child labor. And from that, I learned really quick, and I'm grateful. And I did really well using his money, because because as a high schooler, you really don't care about money. And then there's that, the issue about the love of money. So the concept of if you gamble and you're focused on the money, you're going to fail. And that's the same concept with trading. Yeah, I hate to put them two together, because, if we're gambling in trading, obviously, hopefully we have the upper hand. Okay, Bobby Invest is saying Thinkorswim is lagging. Thinkorswim seems to be lagging a lot lately. Ravd, I'm not gonna comment on that. Jamie's asks, you dad trade? You date? Yeah, I'm a day trader. This is my profession, more or less. I am also a dog trainer, but it's not like I'm ever going to get rich on that. I think I'm pretty good at it though. Um, you want to get your family? Jamie says he wants to get his family into day trading, but trying to figure if it's possible. It's only possible if they. I almost have to say some of it is genetic. Um, is it genetic or environmental? It just takes a lot of practice. And some people, I know some people just aren't able to do it. I think I talk about this a lot, how if you're incapable of accepting that you have to be a C student, then you're not going to be able to trade very well. So a lot of Asians are bad at this, obviously. If you're raised to be a perfectionist, then you need to perfect the concept of never succeeding in trading. And that's something I hate about trading, honestly. I tell my wife this, but she doesn't believe how I actually hate trading, because I always feel like I failed, regardless if I'm green, because the bottom line is you can't seek home runs, and if you don't seek home runs, you always see the stock go without you. So there's so many trades that I wouldn't have taken lately that actually go well, and that hurts. And then there are trades that you make $500 off of, and then later on you look and you could have made 2,000. It's just you never win. Hey, what's going on, Daily Tube Show? Doing well, thanks, man. Just jumping on just to say hi and just you know talk about nothing. If you my Benzinga is on, so we're not hearing anything. And my side chick, my trade ideas lady, isn't saying anything either. There's really nothing going on, so just chiming in to say hello, let you guys know I'm still around. Yeah, UONE was beautiful. This thing was just a beast. Didn't have what we wanted in the volume, right? So that's the tricky part. Oh, Augustine's pointing out SSSS. I thought he was just typing something. Oh, it's actually a stock ticker. Nice. That kind of went well. Augustine says, so you think that you cannot be a perfectionist at trading? You can be perfect at being a C student, but you can't seek home runs. There's really nothing worse than grabbing a small bite and then finding it go entirely against you, in my opinion. That's just my psychology in trading. That's why I trade the way I do. And that's probably why a lot of people accuse me of being a scalper, which I'm fine with. I mean, I don't mean to say accuse, but I used to always defend myself and say I'm not a scalper, because I do know plenty of scalpers that get in and out in seconds. And it's a different concept, but I am out really fast, a lot faster than Jeremy Newby would. Jeremy is capable of really holding on and scaling out. Personally, I still don't do that. I get out the majority of my shares, maybe 3/4 or more, at the first move, and that's basically because I'm looking at a trade that hopefully makes a fast move. And if it doesn't make a fast move, then it's very possible it's going to get blown around by the market, or by what I say, the wind, and I don't want that. Hey Debbie, did Net make your half scanner? Oh, whole scanner. Yeah, it did. Right here in around 9:34. Yeah, this Halt scanner is unbiased. Basically, it's going to find all the halts over $1, regardless of volume. I kind of woke up a little too late. I don't think Net would have been tradable for me. Yeah, it's not. Nothing good is tradable on TradeNet. If it's a small cap, it's really discouraging. How beautiful is that? This one is actually kind of tricky though, isn't it? Because of this huge range on this 1 minute candle. Something that moves like this, you can't even go by a 1 minute trigger, right? You just gotta kind of go by feel. I guess you would have taken it at this 1 minute at 8:37, and then possibly get out. Ideally down here, but at eight, yeah. You just have to have a lot of conviction. Yeah, Ravdi, well put. It really does depend on your personality. Um, so, obviously, most people back in the days would continually tell me stop doing what you're doing. Trend is your friend. But I've been succeeding, so why should I bother listening to them? But they do have a point. It's kind of like your your personality needs to fit the trend. So if you're one of those people that move with the rest of the herd, then yeah, you have to trade like that. But I've never been that way. I've always countered everybody. That doesn't sound right, but it's true. I always root for the underdog. So yeah, I think maybe by today or tomorrow, I'll share with you guys my newer approach when it comes to something that's news catalyzed, and you can see how I can get in and out of a possible under 5 minute trade. To some people, it may look risky because it has a 1-to-1 ratio, and with slippage, TreeNet's been having a lot of slippage. But it's also a lot of stress in a small amount of time, and I really like that. And because of the move, it's, to me at the moment, it's over 90%. I haven't failed in this kind of strategy at all. But again, like Rav D says, it really depends on your personality. But the whole reason I always thought counter trend worked for beginners is the fact that beginners aren't able to hold on to their trades. They want to get out as soon as possible when they're green. So with counter trend, if it goes really fast, it actually helps you out. I mean, how fast can you get out of a trade that goes in 10 seconds anyways? So I always hear the newer people say, "I wish I held it longer." Well, with a counter trend, you don't have to hold it that long. Um, so that really works in your favor when it comes to that kind of strategy, and the fact that you're in opposed to a breakout in the early morning, you're looking at the pre-market. You don't really have to jump in as soon as possible and go by instinct. Because
Gasparino tweeting White House is in deep discussions on what stimulus $1 trillion plus infrastructure likely part of bill. Other measures, state aid, liability protection, unemployment extension, administration also pushing return.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, breakouts. Breakouts are more or less but going by instinct. You do have your trend lines, and then you're trying to enter immediately. You got to have split thinking I mean, really fast reflexes, and just take it when you see it. Whereas with the counter trend, you actually, like this one right here, NETE, you're already watching it for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and then trying to execute the entry. So you're really a sniper. You already see your target, and you just gotta find the right place to take your shot. Yeah, and Augustine knows that it takes a lot of patience. For me, the patience is letting things go. I don't ever enter early, and at least I don't think so. And I really rarely would take something that looks sketchy. So I guess, in all honesty, the UONE, this one right here that I said looked beautiful, that was a halt trade. I really don't know if I would have gotten in, because it triggered on a 1 minute right before the halt, I think. And then when it opened, it's already down here. So I really don't know if I even had a chance to get in. If it opened down here from $16 down to 14, I probably wouldn't have found a good entry, even though it still went down. But like I said, I'm really picky now, so I'm always sometimes, well, not sometimes. There's only been one day that I didn't find a single trade, and if I do find a trade, it's definitely before 12. So right now, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find anything worthwhile. So I'll leave Benzinga on, and I'll leave my my trade ideas on full blast while I go do other things. And if I hear something, I'll come back. But most of the time, as you can tell on this scanner right here, it tells me how volatile the market is and who's winning right now. So most of the new lows are coming in, but there are no new highs, and seemingly somehow along the lines I became a short bias trader, because those things move a little bit faster. And I have seen a lot of bounces that just don't bounce lately. So I rather short. I actually became very short biased. Unfortunately, I don't like being biased, because that really narrows your trades. But other than that, LVS did look good though this morning. That was announced in the Discord app. This actually did look beautiful. NKLA under 65. Oh yeah, it is consolidating. I don't know though. It did a double bottom. RPRX IPO. I'm not good with our IPOs. I wouldn't know what to do with it. I think this one will. With IPOs, we really need to research. And you guys already know I don't research anything. I just wait for my scanners.
PLM, PolyNet Mining, spiking to the highs. Papalima Michael, 48% at the high. PLM.
Here's another penny stock blasting away, according to Charlie on Benzinga. PLM. I think I had somebody ask a question on my Facebook. IVR.
Arizona COVID-19 cases up 6.5%.
Yeah, these COVID cases are increasing.
Today.
It just was. I think it was just last week that we were optimistic. Now it's the numbers are looking more grim. That's why we day trade, right? Scrub Trader asked, is it too much to ask for your trade idea scan link? I don't have a link to my scanners, unfortunately, but you're on Discord, Scrub Trader, so I can just send it to you there. Yeah, maybe someday I'll make a little small website so you guys can jump on and just grab my scanner. I am changing it up a little bit. Just recently, I have my halt scanner. I like that a lot. Because anything that's halting, or most of the time something that's halting, is moving way too fast for itself. And, you know, that's what we want. We want something that's over-exhausted. Hey Daniel, nice to see you're still around, man. So far, I should research Trade Zero and F1 trading, CMEG, but those are still PDT rules, right? What are the numbers? What are the numbers? What's going on, Leo Breaker? What numbers? What?
Powell says the Fed is very open to adapting Main Street lending program.
On the scanner? Is that what you're asking? Or on the chart? I can tell you that the scanner has
UK's chief scientific advisor, Valence, says dexamethasone is the start of something. Other drugs could be added for bigger effect in due course.
on the scanner. It tells you the time, and I really can't remember. All I really care about is the symbol, honestly, and the time. Oh, what are the coronavirus numbers? Good question. Well, all I know is in Texas, because I reside in Texas, it's increasing.
PING, Ping Identity, getting a spike in volume now, $30.24, the high on Papa India November Golf.
Daniel says, what do you think about long washouts? As using this strategy, he's buying resets. Long washouts? Like something that's fully extended, going way too high? Yeah, that sounds like something I'm doing, honestly. I'll look it up. I have seen some of his videos. I really haven't researched him. You know, it's like once you know what you're doing, you really don't bother with what anyone else does. But I'll definitely look into what you're talking about. Buying resets. Buying resets. Oh, okay. So that's opposite. That's actually something that's going long, and then it falls down, and then you're buying the pullback, right? Buying a reset. I wouldn't. That's just that's not what I do. CMEG doesn't have a PDT rule. That is interesting. I'll look into that. Oh, they're based in Trinidad. Okay. They're outside, offshore. That's interesting. I'll look that up. Thanks. Thanks, WebTrader. Daniel's asking about vitamin D. Yeah, I think I take. Yeah, ever since COVID, I changed my supplements. Vitamin D is definitely one of them. So is zinc. Zinc picolinate is one of the most absorbable of all types of zinc. So I take zinc, vitamin D, and then of course vitamin C, vitamin B12. Man, I take everything. It's ridiculous how many pills I take. And always have locates. All right, cool.
President Trump speaking now
Thanks for that, Leo Breaker.
at the White House.
I'll look into that. What's the margin? What's the buying power? What's going on, Haseo?
President Trump
I'm
making
sitting,
comments on safe policing
but
and
I'm
safe
sitting
prisons.
on a standing desk, so I'm on a. So if I stand up, I'm going to be the same height, more or less. Is it? Yeah, I think CMEG is CME Group. 6-1 is good. 6-1 is really good. Put in $1,000, have $6,000 buying power. You can do some damage, as long as you have locates, right? So if you can trade something like Hertz, that was in the dollar range, or $3 range, you can buy 2,000 shares.
Trump says he met with families of victims of recent police violence.
Over 2,500. You gotta put it at $2,500 in the account in Trinidad. I guess there's no difference. It's gonna be fine. Is that what you use, Leo Breaker? You use CMEG? Six to one. That's better than Lightspeed. Is it fast? That's what I want to know. Is it as fast as Lightspeed? No, daily tube show. I didn't trade anything. I actually woke up. Well, how long have I been streaming right now? 52 minutes. So I've been up for about an hour. But looking through my scanner that I leave on overnight, I honestly can say I probably wouldn't have traded anything. I don't see anything that was. Let me see. Searching through. I mean, you can find. Oh, why is Lily so on my scanner? It just moved. Oh, okay. It's just the volume. Maybe CLIR. No, that wouldn't have been tradable if I was on TradeNet. CTIB. How frustrating is that? At every single good trade that I see, now that I know how to find if it's tradable on TradeNet is not tradable. It's really frustrating. So feel bad for you guys that are on TradeNet.
Trump says he opposes measures to defund and dissolve police departments.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything wrong with offshore brokers. I mean, if you think about it, even the richest people put their money in bank accounts overseas. It's it does sound a little scarier, but it's probably still safe. Hey Torrance, yeah, I do use TradeNet. I do it to emulate my friends, but now it seems like as long as my friends don't blow up their account, because TradeNet doesn't allow any more new U.S. citizens to U.S. clients. So who knows? If TradeNet ever becomes more sketchy, I may just close this account. Yeah, I did notice that, Woo, that he did use CMEG. Just to prove a point. You know, in this world of day trading, I see so many people come and go. It's pretty sad. Um, I'm just saying that because being in different chat rooms, I see people disappear, and then if I ask them, they gave up, which does make sense. I mean, if what CoffeeZilla states is true, 99% fail, then it's that's just how it is, guys.
Tall.
Yeah, it's a new thing, Torrents. It kind of sucks, doesn't it? But you know, after hearing what Leo Breaker and Woo and some other people are saying, and my personal experience, even though I do like TradeNet for what it is as a form of education, um, I have been seeing a lot of slippage, and nowadays, since penny stocks and small caps are moving really strong right now,
Forecast for GDP growth
I'm,
this year
I
largely.
it's really frustrating to see that TradeNet doesn't allow you to trade it. It's just it's just how it is. I mean, stocks that are highly volatile is going to get blocked, restricted from your trading on TradeNet. I mean, it happens to a lot of platforms, including Lightspeed, but TradeNet really blocks a lot. So so then it's like I'm on TradeNet, it's not working. I should just get off TradeNet. What's a good chat room? You know, the one chat room I actually enjoyed was GreatStopPicks.com, but that was like a decade ago, when I was starting off, getting the feel of the market. So if you don't have your own strategy, I really like Great Stock Picks because they're not like-minded people. There's just a whole bunch of an array of different kind of traders, and they do is announcements, and the person that runs it is a totalitarian. He doesn't allow any kind of like chit chatting. He wants the chat room really focused. So if people start talking, he's going to continually just be Hitler about it and tell you to be quiet. But I do like it because a lot of times you end up in a chat room that has too many people talking about nothing. But of course, the caveat to being in a chat room is you may start over trading. But you know, as a beginner, over trading can kind of be okay because you're trying to just get your foot your footing, right? You're just trying to get the feel of the market. So trading small and trying this and that is I think it's fine. But once you know exactly what you're doing, then those chat rooms start becoming clutter, just noise. And personally, I don't want noise anymore. So here it is right here. This is what I would suggest, greatstockpicks.com. And if you're interested in, just my kind of trading, then you should just get on in the description below, newbietrading.com. Jeremy is really good at what he does. But I think this is the same thing. I have no idea what's going on with these gears and these pictures here. He has a course. You can find him on YouTube as well. He always has like here it is. So I pay like it never changed. $500 for a 1-year membership. Or I really don't think the 1 month is worth it. But if you're just trying to get a feel of things and you don't know if my strategy is your strategy, then try that out. Holy crap, we got a celebrity here, Bob Wayne. What's going on, Bob? Yeah, I missed that ticking clock too, man. It just finally gave out. Guys, if you don't know Bob Wayne, he's a singer. He's all over the world. I'm glad he made it back safely. He was all over while the virus was out there. Rav D says he's gonna get a separate account. That sounds like a good idea, man. Get a separate account and let me know how it works out for you. Yeah, I did notice. I was stalking you online, seeing you because you were touring, and so many people are just getting stuck, and you barely made it. Awesome. You were out of Italy of all places. Wow, that's scary. Derek Derek asked a loaded question. Do you think Tim Sykes and Stephen Dukes are legit? I do believe that they did make the money they say they made. But like I said, people can make a lot of money and people can lose a lot of money. That is why, in my opinion, other than the fact that some people actually do like to help other people, that is why they actually charge for what they know. So they can actually feel like they help people, but they also have a hustle going on, a side hustle, right? And their side hustle has a lot of empowerment because they made a lot of money. They're not going to tell you how much money they lost, but they can make it up with their education. So, are they legit? They know what they're doing, but it's just a matter of, well, you can't tell anymore, right? Because I'm pretty sure they charge a nice amount of money for their education program. So that monetary backup can support their possible large losses. So yeah, if you're asking, are they fake gurus? That's where I really don't know what a fake guru is, because you can be good at what you do, and you can still fail. That's just a fact when it comes to the market. So when a lot of times there is somebody that mentioned this, and I believe he said it very blatantly true. It's like, if you can make You heard a friend that made $100,000 and then he loses, more than half of that in 1 month. And then you can pretty much point out that they're gambling, right? Because they're not strategically using, they're not strategizing correctly. So if that's the case, then you're gambling. So it's really easy to make a lot of money, and it's even easier to lose a lot of money. It depends on how you trade. So yeah, just see where they are in the near future. I do believe Timothy Sykes, as experienced as he is, I don't think he's a fake guru, honestly. He's a loudmouth. But and then Stephen Dukes, if you watch his videos, I think I watched a few of them. His videos are nice. He has a good editor. He is educated, and he does study a lot. He probably studies more than I do. I'm very narrow-minded. I trade what I trade, and I know what I know, and I feel like I just don't want any more garbage in here. So I just do exactly what I do, and as long as it's working, I'm going to keep doing that. Stephen Dukes still knows what he's talking about, but he is also the same way. He does what he does. But on YouTube, I think he's just kind of like being like Humble Trader, telling you everything. And I don't know exactly Humble Trader strategy, but Stephen Dukes does tell you that his strategy is similar to Timothy Sykes. He is short biased, and he's kind of like, I just basically said he's like me, or I'm like him. But we know what we know. That's basically it. And it's a matter of, is he able to lose less than he makes? Yeah, you're very welcome, Derek. I just love rambling. I have nothing else to do. Right. So thanks for that question. Otherwise, I'd just be... Okay, so it looks like there are more new highs, according to the scanner. There's a little pop-up in greens. But according to my... Oh. BBY. No. BBY is false alarm. Shout out BBY, but it's not really a nice mover. It's a breakout from here. Warren, I used to use moving averages. Generally, moving averages are on my daily charts. When I used to swing trade, I used the 20, 50, 100, and 200. If you're talking about the simple moving averages. For day trading, I use the 9 EMA, exponential moving average. And those are just, the 9 EMA, I should make a video about that soon, as one of my beginner courses, but those tell me my elasticity. This is kind of cluttered when it comes to that, but because this one has two of them. But you can see the blue line here. Let me get closer. This chart doesn't work well. Hold on. Let me find something else like Tesla. So right here, ignore the channel, this channel and the purple line. That's the VWAP. But the blue line here is the 9 EMA. And you can tell, this is the 5-minute chart, by the way, that this one has no elasticity at all. So like right here, you can see how the further away it's from the 9 EMA, the blue line, the more elasticity there is. Basically, it needs to snap back. That's what I use it for. And I could also use it as a price target, depending on how fast it's moving. So most of the time, eventually, these stocks that go farther and farther away from the blue line is going to slowly, or hopefully in a good trade, it'll go to the blue line faster. It's just basically moving way too fast for itself, and then we want it to just bounce back. Bobby on just Discord is calling out LLY. Ellie Lily did a nice pop up here. That's the 5 minute. Here's the one. Nice little breakout and has a parabolic shape. Oh, Lily is really doing well today. So something like this, yeah. Yeah, that was a nice call. Nice call, Bobby. It's just way extended out. Let me zoom out. Let's see. Is it the highest ever? It is. Today is the highest ever. So it does have room to pull back down. Just, you know, there's potential there. So as I'm doing these streams, I mean, if you don't mind me calling out potential trades and me not taking it, then that's fine. But a part of me feels like it's I'm not doing justice to my call outs because I'm not taking them. But I'm really honestly very honed into one look. So I really want to minimize my risk. But LLY does look good, especially with the volume ramp right there. My cat. AON, Daniel? You calling that for a short? Yeah. That thing's so thin though, isn't it? The volume? It's under 1,000 per minute. The last one was 15. Yeah, volume's low. A little spready. Wow, that thing's expensive for something that's low float. But look, it's doing what you want though. Nice call. So yeah, well guys, I think I'm gonna call it. It's 12:40 Eastern time. For me, it's noon or 11:40. But I'll try to get on earlier in the morning, and if you don't mind, I'll probably have this covered up because I'm just not presentable in the morning. Hey, welcome, Bob. I'm so glad you made it back alive, man. Yeah, hit me up if you ever want to like talk about the ins and outs. I know that you've been going in on this day trading thing for a while. Big mahalos. Oh, awesome, Bob. You're watching some? Daniel's one of those that just sees everything. You remind me of me. Like years ago. That was just trade something that looks kind of good and it still works. I think I just tightened up way too much nowadays. So always glad to see you here, Daniel. Thanks, Rev. I do have a video that I'm going to upload soon, and it's not about trading, but my favorite mouse here, my Corsair, finally died on me. So I've been venturing out trying to find the right mouse, and it's not easy. I'm kind of like that old guy in his old couch. I just don't want to get rid of it. So it took a while for me to find the right mouse. So yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see y'all probably Thursday, but definitely Friday. So I'll see y'all next time. Take care. Bye. How do I turn this thing off?